Welcome back. I may sound a little concerned at the moment because it says I had update trouble for Twitch, and I'm just trying to make sure everything's working. Looks like it's all right, but I guess we'll find out. Welcome back. Here we are again. Uh, Farm Sim 22, of course, on Yukon. Well, it has been another week, of course. And one thing I noticed when we were playing last time, because that was just a strict RV update, not really gameplay stuff. There'll be a little update here, but I think I'm going to play a little bit longer, even though we are expecting a good amount of rain today. It's dry at the moment. I can relax a little bit. I've got some stuff done, which is great, and I'll let you guys know on that in a minute. But what I noticed was the olives were ready to harvest. Now, we didn't get the best yield bonus, apparently, but we never mulched either, and never did quite get that sorted. It never asked for mulching. When I tried to run a mulcher, it didn't do anything. And I even bought that mulcher, remember? So, yeah, I'm not sure what's going on there. Although, the grass does look significantly shorter where I ran the mulcher. I'm not sure about that. I don't know. But, and I've got my run speed turned up a little bit because I was sprinting all over beforehand, trying to remember what the hell was going on. But, let's see. Whoops, wrong game. Can't do that. That one. There we go. That'll work. All right. So, I moved my little sale point over here, and we need to buy an olive machine. It would appear $300,000 for 2 rows. I don't think we're going to make our money back on that. Potato needs some knowledge, huh? Well, I will do what I can. What do you need? There we go. Oh, that's an interesting machine. Look at that. It moves little guards with it. That's kind of cool. To guide your olives in. Now, how the hell am I going to run this as a single player? Where is a catalytic converter located and what it do? Really? Well, a catalytic converter is part of your exhaust system, and what it does is it converts unburnt fuel and things like that. It catalyzes it. That's where it gets the catalytic converter. Basically, it converts it into a less harmful emission from your vehicle. It is part of your vehicle emission control system, and if it's removed and you get caught, it can result in a very substantial fine. Depending on state to state, but in some states, it's up to $50,000. And if you're a shop, it can be up to $1 million. But, so, you're trying to fix a truck and you're confuzzled. Okay. What does your catalytic converter have to do with that? Let's see. I haven't been playing as much, so I need to. Oh, I need to unfold it first. Yeah, that might be a good place to start. Oh, it grows. I know what that's like. All right, so let's try that again. All right, ready? And, all right, we turned it on. Now, it does have a small tank, so... Oh, that is neat. Can I use a helper? What? H? Why is H bringing me here? Apparently, you cannot hire. That just opens the menu. It does not hire helper, which I didn't figure you could, but that's neat. I like it. Because the exhaust poop or pop looks like it might have been cut. Exhaust pipe. Okay. People say to see if someone stole the thingy. Yeah, if you're missing a chunk of exhaust, your car would be very, very loud. I wouldn't know anything about running without a catalytic converter, but, I've known people who have. I definitely would never have done anything with one myself. That's highly illegal. And We all know I'm not a criminal, ever. um, but yeah, your car would sound like there was no muffler on it, which is very loud. It would sound like you're at a racetrack. So if your car sounds like that, then you definitely need to look underneath. If your car doesn't sound like that, your catalytic converter, or at least a straight pipe, is there. They make what's called a catalytic delete pipe that can go in between. I mean, I don't know what they put in between. I don't know what it's called. I just know people have done it. That's what I meant to say. You live in California? I would not touch that with a 10-foot pole, though, because your fines there are excessive. And they actually check that in a lot of places and screw that place. They are the enemy of modified cars in a lot of places, on the street anyway. Back to eating tires. I mean, whatever floats your boat, but I don't think rubber's really a good part of a nutritious diet. Or steel belts, for that matter. I think that'd be really hard on your teeth. But yeah, I mean, is your vehicle loud or what? Better yet, why don't you just tell me what's wrong with it, what it's doing, and I'll let you know what I can, if I can. All right, looks like it's going to be about one full row, or maybe at least 3/4 of a row before I have to worry about unloading this, at least. I'm harvesting olives, Scar, for the first time. I just bought the machine, and that's why it's so pretty and clean yet, because, you know, I haven't actually used it until just now. So, at least it has a little bit of storage. More of a brand new Toyota Tundra. Boy, he must make a lot of money, though. Those things are expensive. If not, he spent way too much for your amount of money you make. God damn. Came home to switch a tire, went under, and noticed the pipe. And you guys should have watched a finance channel. An old paid-for vehicle is worth 10 times what a brand new vehicle is if you're trying to save any kind of money. That's one of the biggest ways to stay poor, is buy a brand new vehicle when you don't make tons of money. And have money saved up. I would say I'm happy to hear for you, but I'm sad, because I've watched it happen to too many of my friends. They get obsessed with new shiny instead of long-term future goals and plans. Yeah, well, I hope it works out for you. I know that's a real downer, and it's, you know, not jumping up and down for anybody, but, you know, I know what you got going on, and that kind of thing makes me feel bad. I hope it works for you. But notice the pipe. So is the pipe cut, or what are you talking about then? And catalytic converters can cost anywhere from a couple hundred and sometimes higher. And you can't get them at junkyards either. Mm-hmm. So when you said he noticed the pipe, was it cut or is it loud? What's going on? Okay. Yeah. Yeah, thieves like to steal them and sell them because they're full of precious metals. I used to remember what all of them were, and I don't really remember anymore. I just know that there's some expensive metals in there that help to make the secondary combustion happen, basically. The secondary burn. Okay. Alright, I gotta find a trailer that actually has room in it. What's going on? No, I don't want to be on that map. I want to be on this map. Thank you. Where's the tractor I want to use? Oh, I think it's out working. Okay, so, maybe we take, well, let's take Pinky here. Pinky in the bring. Okay. No, don't unfold it. Don't unfold it. I need to unhook it. There we go. I'll take that trailer there. This one hasn't gotten used in a while. Hopefully it works with this. I don't see why it wouldn't work for olives. I guess I could have extended the pipe first so I didn't have to jump back and forth, but oh well. Alrighty. So our first olive harvest, it's off to a start. I won't say a good start, but it's off to a start. It counts. Alright, hopefully this is... Wow! Turning that speed up does make things a little difficult on occasion. Alright, so put a pipe out. Is there a pipe out? I don't see a pipe out. How do you unload? Maybe if I just get close enough. We'll get right up this thing's tailpipe damn near. Welcome back, Tato. How do you unload this thing? Uh-oh. Let's see. Turn on harvester. Oh, wait. Well, yeah. On fold harvester, we already did. I'm holding all my olives. How do you get rid of the olives? I'm all right, Slick. How about you? How do I empty olives? I can't. There's no pipe out or anything like that. I don't know where I'm supposed to do. I am not sure what to do to empty this. Let me check Discord here real quick. I want to see while I think about this. Oh yeah, they took a Sawzall to your catalytic converter. It's gone. Yeah. Yep. It's gone. That's fun. That sucks. Alrighty. In the back of the harvester? Don't think you can empty well in a row. Well, you mean this little spout back there? That's weird. That's where all the leaves were coming out. Like the discard, the chaff, if you will. I was kind of wondering, but it didn't really come out the same hole. You know, different holes, different things usually, you know? Just saying. I'm a little filthy-minded today, don't mind me. Oh wait, it's a day that ends in Y, so of course I am. Alright, well, in that case, let's, where is it? There. We'll run her down and we'll give it a shot. I was actually wondering, because it's the only exit I see on this thing, so. But it's also terrible. I don't like it. It seems like a thing that shouldn't be a thing. You know what I mean? All they, if it really is that rear spout, all they have to do is put an angle on it and run it off to the side, and you could unload a truck the whole time. I mean, it's not exactly advanced engineering. And if that's the case, why doesn't it have a trailer hitch somehow? Some fancy, weird trailer hitch to use some fancy, weird trailer. Oh, those are stupid. Never mind. Okay, so it's not the discard. It's from the sides. But they're already using an auger system in there. So why couldn't they have it auger to a conveyor belt across the side and dump it right out the, go from side to side and have it go to a tip out or an auger out or a belt out, whatever. Interesting. Guessing there's better ways of doing it. Or there's something that's not accounted for in the game. There has to be, because that seems like a simple design. If I can come up with a plan for that quick, there's got to be something that's not accounted for. Because I have no idea. So there might be some other reason, but I personally am just not aware. But, so speaking of things I am aware of, talk about the RV repair situation. We are expecting more rain again. Yeah, it's full monsoon season. Although they keep threatening rain and it keeps missing us at the last minute, or we get just a little of it, which I am not complaining about. I am recovering from massive heat exhaustion the other day. Yeah, I got burnt to a crisp. I even got like actual burns on like the tops of my feet. Thank goodness I had knee pads, because I was up on the roof for quite a while. You know how when you're on your knees doing work, your feet are like flat? Well, the tops of my feet were sitting on the top of the roof, and it was burning me through my shoes. That was fun. Giggity, exactly. Scar knows about being on her knees, I know. That's why she's our friend. No. So what I did was I was up there and I was resealing. So I got the adhesive. I got some adhesive. I have more coming. And what's called the front cap, that's the hard fiberglass portion of an RV, the front part by the windshield that goes up over the top just a little bit. Got that resealed back to the top because that had ripped away. And then all the holes in it. This is a temporary fix. It may last a year, it may last 2, it may last 5. But it should at least last 6-8 months minimum, if I did a good job, which we'll see. So they have this stuff called a Turnabond tape, and what it is a butyl and a butyl tape, and with a rubber coating, basically. It's TPO, it's called, but rubber for people who just want simple words and don't want to learn a bunch of stupid terminology you'll never need in your lifetime, most likely. And butyl tape is basically kind of like a really sticky putty, a really thin layer of really sticky, waterproof putty. And that's got a thin layer of that underneath this rubber, and you basically roll the tape out over any damage that you have that's going to leak, and you remove the backing and stuff like that and stick it down, and that stuff doesn't come back up without a lot of work. And you really roll it in there really good, make sure it gets good connection, and it should, in theory. Oh, wait, we're not picking up olives anymore. We finished this row. Okay, let me shut this off, and I guess we're going to back out. Oh, that sucks, because you can't get off the row either, can you? Nope. That means we got to do that twice. I don't like it. We're going to plow these under. Oh, shit. Oh, crap. I don't know we're going to plow them under, but I can't think of any way to Wonder if we back the trailer up to it. Well, that sounds like a real pain in the butt. I don't know. Anyway, so I got all the brakes and all that sorted out in the roof, all the holes that I could find. Got all those taped up. Had to take some of the hardware apart up top, like the covers and whatnot, and tape underneath them. Now we're just waiting for all the sealants to show up. And we're going to reseal a section of the roof where all that damage is, so that even spots we couldn't seal get filled with silicone, basically. And then the only thing left until we get to test it is the ridge on the driver's side. We need to do the passenger side too, but the driver's side right now needs to be done because we technically should have gone to refill propane 2 weeks ago. And it's not just propane. With RVs that you live in without being hooked up to anything, you got to unload your tanks and stuff too. We are about at max capacity, really close. We've been working real hard to stretch that time, but that time is coming quick. So we got to get that all set up and get the rails all glued in. And then let that cure for 2 to 3 days. And then we can try to drive it and see how well it works. And we got to go 20 miles, 10 miles there and 10 miles back. And hopefully the roof does not disintegrate on the way there. The middle part should be fine. I took care of that. The middle part should be good. But, and I mean, I took care of all the parts, or I will be taking care of all the parts that should be a problem. But the middle part, that part's really only to keep water from seeping through. The other parts are, like the rail and the front cap, like I was talking about. Those parts are to keep rain out, but also to redirect wind and hold the roof down. So yeah, that's important. You should have somehow marked how far you can go before you fully loaded. Oh, I can do that right now. I was actually figuring I would wait until I did it on this row, because I had already gone from the other side. And I went further from zero than I did, the other way. And I want to make sure I get somewhat close to center. So if this was at 100%, I'm guessing it's going to be somewhere around 80%. But I mean, I can also just look at the map and kind of measure, I suppose. Then I'll just go in the train tool and change the ground there so that it doesn't do that again. That was my plan so far, anyway. So what have you been up to, Slick? How's life? Hopefully we'll be back to doing more frequent streams here soon. But like I say, everything right now is just a rush to the finish. It's a hurry up and wait for things to get delivered, and hurry up and everything's a rush and also a sit on your ass and wait scenario at the same time. But it comes and goes. Like right now, right before stream, I checked the weather again, saw that we've got a bunch of weather coming in today, which does not make me happy. But it's one of the biggest chances for a lot of rain we've had. Instead of just lots of short bursts. It's one of those that's probably going to test our system that we've got going. More than most of the time so far. And I'm not excited about that, so I hurry up, and I've got plastic that I drape over the entire bedroom and hang it from the ceiling so it all runs into one spot if that part fails, because the rear end of the vehicle is really having a problem with that rail not being sealed. But until that sealant shows up, I can't fix that. So, the shitty part is every drop of water that gets in there is damaging the RV irreparably. Unfortunately, but there's nothing you can do if there's nothing you can do. What's up, Big A? How's you? All right, so there's 50%. What did I say? About 80% is what I'm guessing is going to be about center. Then we'll take out a couple of these trees so that we can exit We're doing all right. We're doing all right. I've gotten a lot of the roof stuff done. We're just waiting for some sealants to come in. Didn't realize how bad it was. We needed more sealant than anything close to what we had. We may even need more than what we ordered, but money's tight, so we didn't want to get too ahead of ourselves. But almost done. On the home stretch. All the major holes have been patched and sealed up. I won't say 100% because we have a layer that go over the top to do the last bit that should take care of anything that was not really easy to see with the naked eye, especially not with my eyes. I could have missed a lot. So, yeah, hopefully we'll be back to doing a normal stream setup again. We shall see. But hopefully that'll be sooner than later, because right now it's a lot of just sitting and waiting to see if the roof stays on. See if the tarp holds for now. Yeah, it's been an interesting couple of weeks. How's things been going? What have you been up to? All right, there's 80%. Let's look at a map. Looks like 80% might be a little too far. All right. Not far off. I'm thinking like right behind us here, though, huh? Let's go back to that one. Yeah, I'm thinking just a little bit behind where we're at. But that'll definitely let us finish the row. Okay, so let's go to the key menu. Get down here. Oops, down here. Construction. Oop, move. Oh yeah, that's right. Okay, landscaping and paint. What are you? Animal mud? No, we don't need pig shit. Dirt, dark. Dirt, not dark. Let's not care. All right. And then a little bigger. Let's just go right about there. Oh shit! It's not getting rid of it. Oh, well, hey, if we have it marked, then that won't be too bad for. We'll know exactly where to plow. How about that? Actually, how will we take... Will we have to cut the trees? That might be a thing we have to do. I mean, I could probably do that. Nope, that doesn't get rid of the trees either. Huh. Interesting. You've been playing a couple of different games besides FS and enjoying them? That's good. Yeah, when I have a chance, I've been playing this little game. It's just a simple little survival game, but I enjoyed it. Called Sunken Land. Who knows? Maybe I'll stream that at some point. We haven't gone into the experimental version, and apparently that's where a lot of new stuff is, and I haven't tried that yet, so might do that if I decide to later on. It's kind of like Rust, but on the water. Think of Waterworld version of Rust. With a couple of random islands. Pretty good game so far. Pretty good game so far. All right. You were able to get early access to Project Castaway, very similar to Sunken Land. Oh, really? I haven't heard about that one either. Honestly, I just was looking through Steam just for the hell of it, just to see if there was any games that were interesting, and that's one that jumped out at me. I was just reading it, and my friend, the guy who's been in here on and off, Max, he was listening to me reading. He's like, "Oh, what game is that?" And I told him what game it was, and Max is impulsive. So Max bought it. And as I was reading more about it, the next thing I know, I had a gift in my Steam inbox. I had it too all of a sudden. Because he wanted somebody to play with, and he knew I wasn't going to buy any games right now. Because, with the roof and whatnot, all the money goes to that. So he wanted somebody to play with, and he's really enjoyed the hell out of it too. So I would, if it's anything like the Castaway one, or the Sunken Land one, if Castaway's any good like that, sounds like you got two good games. Definitely. And I mean, the Sunken Land, they're still doing a lot of work on that one. And I'm only playing the old version, the stable version. It doesn't even have weather that changes and stuff like that, and it's in a really good time. What makes Castaway different? Or, what do you do in Castaway? Sounds interesting. Like I said, I love survival games in general. Especially crafting survival games, Yeah, I was kind of sad when I saw how much more stuff they had done on the experimental branch. I had just built the basic setup for my new house on Sunken Land, and it was expensive. And it took a lot of time. And made me want to restart when I saw what was on experimental because of how different it is. But at the same time, it's like I just finished getting the outline of this house done. And I just started doing some of the interior work. Like, damn it. Let's see. Basically, you crash into the ocean, then you make your way to an island and try to survive. All right. Are there other islands around you can boat to and stuff like that? Can you build boats, rafts, whatever? And do you dive to the bottom? I had a game like that where you used to dive. Oh, wait, no. That was, what the hell was that? What was it called? It was a big popular game for a long time. Stranded Deep. Kind of like Stranded Deep. I have it, but I've never actually played it. I've watched people years and years and years ago play it, but I don't even know what the current version of Stranded Deep even looks like. Yeah, you have to build a raft and explore other islands. Okay, so it's a little more Stranded Deep. Yeah, I would say that's where Sunken Land's a little different. It's not a Stranded Deep one. It's more of a Rust one, so they would definitely be a little different there. Are there enemies? I like enemies. I love me some enemies. I like to pick a fight. Helps get the aggression out, damn it. Gotta kill me some marauders. You think others have compared it to Stranded Deep? Well, hey, Stranded Deep was a very, very popular game, so. I only watched it for the first couple years. And I almost bought it back then, and I probably would have played it back then, but I know they made a couple of changes on it that were a little less than thrilling. Not that it made it bad or anything, but it just wasn't as much fun to watch. And back then, I wasn't streaming or anything. I mean, so we're talking, let's see, I started streaming, what, a little over 6 years ago on Twitch anyway. So, yeah, that's quite a while back. And I watched it probably a year or two before that, so god damn, I can't believe how old that game is anymore. Holy shit. Did I turn this on or off? On. Thank you. I don't remember where it starts, so we're just going to go down here at speed. Panthers and Komodo dragons. Okay. Hey, Grumpy. How's it going today, sir? Today we're going to get a little extra stream in because I've got more of the roof done and some of the covering inside the house, so I won't have to rush quite as bad as I would have normally. Yeah, for those who didn't catch up, the only thing left to do is wait for some adhesive to do the rails, to glue the rails back in on the sides of the RV roof. And that is a main structural component, so we can't move until we get that done. Damn it, I keep bumping into the row. And then I got to do an extra layer of sealant over the top of all of the area that had a bad time. Back to work. Have a great stream. Thanks, Big A. Appreciate it. Thanks for swinging in and letting me know about that game. That's kind of cool. But yeah, so we're gonna at least get some olives harvested. Plus, we're still planting the other fields. We have not progressed a day since all this crap hit the wall. How's things? It's going all right, Grumpy. You got the too long didn't read version of what's been going on. A lot of the roof's been done. But we still have a main component before we can move, which we really need to move because we got to empty the tanks and fill the propane. Things are really getting down to the wire. But got to wait for that adhesive to show up. The sealant and adhesive. It's a silicone sealant adhesive just for doing the fiberglass to the rails on the side. Basically, you have a gutter system along the side of an RV. And the fiberglass roof bends around the side and tucks into that, and you need this adhesive to fill that channel, and that's what keeps the roof together, and that's what failed on mine. Because the people before me had not been doing it correctly, it turns out. Partially my fault, because I should have inspected it better, but partially their fault for not doing it correctly in the first damn place, apparently. It doesn't surprise me, though. They lied to me about everything. If you do it with the proper sealant, it should last 5 to 7 years. They had told me it was redone, and it didn't last 1 year. It fell just short of 1 year by about a week and a half, 2 weeks. Which means there's no way in hell they did it when they said they did, and they failed to do it correctly. So, lazy. Just trying to make a buck off of people. It's kind of disgusting, isn't it? I was talking with this about some other people the other day, and I understand everybody needs to make money and everything like that, and everybody's just trying to do a thing. When your greed causes you to completely screw somebody else over because you want to take something from them for your own personal gain, not giving a shit about what you're doing to them, you're an asshole. You're kind of a piece of shit. And in this respect, they're a piece of shit, but I'm fucking handy as hell, and I can fix damn near anything, so lucky them. Sue them, you can't. Buyer beware on used cars, especially private sales, used vehicles. Unfortunately, when I bought this, I had very limited knowledge on RVs. I mean, you can only study so much, and I studied a lot. But some of the things I missed were things I didn't even know to look for. And now I have gotten myself an expensive education. Actually, due to the cost, we bought $2,500 worth of RV. And lemon laws, that only applies to dealerships, sir. That does not apply to private sale. And most lemon laws are for new cars for majority of states, not used, I think. Been a long time since I worked in cars. I don't remember the lemon law stuff. I know that definitely applies for new cars, because any new car can come out of the lot and just be a piece of shit and break down. Yeah, sadly. I think there is one I think there's a used car one too. It's just been so long, and I didn't work in used cars. Well, I did, but that was actually before lemon laws were a thing. That was ages ago. I was like 18 at the time. But since lemon laws, I only worked with brand new cars when I sold them. But yeah. And you know, the whole you're a piece of crap to take advantage of somebody kind of thing, it's not a new philosophy of mine. When I sold cars, we had people on our used car side that were shady as hell, including the manager. I still remember a lady coming in crying because I had helped her daughter buy a brand new car the previous week. Her daughter came back and brought her mom, and I wasn't there, so they brought her they got talked into going to the used car side, and this guy took her so bad. A 2-year-old version of the same car her daughter had, except for a 2-door version instead of a 4-door version. Less equipment on it, so not as good of a package on it, and spent $2,000 or $3,000 more than her daughter did. So when they came back in and asked for my help, I got my manager, and we fixed it, and got her into a brand new car, same as her daughter, fixed her payments and all this other shit, because I am about, even as a salesman, you have to have ethics. If not, you're just a piece of shit and part of the problem, personally. You're the reason people hate salespeople. And the new version, thing that's, in my opinion, far worse than car salesmen anymore, the dirty car salesman. Well, there's always going to be one group that's worse than car salesmen. That's going to be timeshare salesmen. They're the, at least as far as what I know, I can't say I know every sales profession out there, but those are the lowest of the low. Other than the way the solar industry has been taking advantage of people. It's pretty disgusting what solar people are doing. I think they're about on par with timeshare at this point. But the only thing that might get them a little bit more leeway is with timeshare. You're pretty much stuck with it for life. It's very hard to get out of their contracts. Their contracts are just dirty. And the thing is, I mean, in a lot of them, they even pass down to your children if you die. That's messed up. And then they got to try to fight out of them. And their contracts are so good. Or should I say bad. And the solar ones, at least there, you're only on the hook for about 20, 25, 30 years. Yeah. As if that's a lot better. But yeah, it's pretty gnarly. And they overcharge. They really work you over. It's pretty bad. And I've seen a couple of people who've gotten hit with it. Not saying solar's bad. Solar's great. Hell, I use solar. But it's rough. It is rough. You really gotta do your research before buying a lot of things like that nowadays, because they'll talk you into it, tell you it's going to pay itself off in 10 years. Good luck. Hope so. But yeah, don't boop me. I will boop you in the head. What's up, Salty? I don't know why I'm suddenly calling you Salty instead of Pug, but whatever. I guess that's the new way it's going to be said. How's your game going, man? Oh, anyway, so like I was saying way back when I started the repair talk, yeah, I ended up with burns on the top of my feet from, being on the roof for so long and having my feet flat down there while I was trying to fix the holes in the roof and all that. I got burns on my hands from the roof. And because I didn't think about it, a big white roof is reflecting all that right back up at you. It's like being out on a lake. So, you get double sun. I got so cooked. By the time I got done, I was just dumping sweat. And I sat down and even messaged Kitten, I will be in the dinette. I will be when you get home, I'll be the puddle that's sitting in the dinette. Because I knew there was not much chance of me moving again for hours. I was so wiped out. You aren't allowed to put panels on your roofs? Why not? Well, honestly, I mean, unless your roof is facing south, with the slope facing the south, you're not going to get the best version of the sun anyway. Who knows? Is in the contract for living there? That seems weird because, if you do solar correctly, it's a huge benefit and also ups resale value. If you do it incorrectly, and I think that might be what they're more afraid of. Because you're in a senior area, right? Where it's only seniors in that area? 55 and over community? Is that correct, Grumpy, or have I misinterpreted some of the things you've said? But yeah. Let's see. We emptied all this. We'll get this parked. We'll go get the olives. But I don't even know how many olives we got. Honestly, what did this thing say it held? Was it 4,000? I think. We'll go get this parked up. So the olives get done before the grapes, though, huh? Grapes have a longer season, it seems. Definitely sugarcane, because that hasn't even grown yet. Still haven't bought any sheep, and I think I'm going to keep that. You wish. Just a trailer park with lots of wonderful kids. Just shoot me, please. Come on. The squealing and screeching and shit flying into your yard and possibly broken windows and stuff like that's not fun to you? What? Man. All right, well, what I was going to say is the reason they might do that is because, well, to be fair and honest, older folks are the ones that fall for most of these scams you keep hearing about, you know? And solar requires a lot of attention if you're going to research it. And to be fair, most of the older folks are just, they hear a thing, they take it at their word and buy it or don't. And not all, but they are the vast majority of the people who fall for the IRS scams and all kinds of these things with, you know, the Amazon shipment scan. Did you purchase this kit kind of crap? Yeah. And they might, if it was a 55 and older community, I could totally see them trying to mitigate the damage because a trailer that usually resales for, you know, under 50 grand. In a lot of cases, I've been in places where the trailers, they sell them for the cost of the trailer because they know they're going to get you, or not even the cost of the trailer if it's paid for. I've seen people try to sell it for $600-800 because they get you on the rent and all the other stuff. That's all they're trying to do, and they can't move it, so they're just trying to get out. But if you, let's just say you have a $20,000 trailer and you got $50,000 worth of solar panels on it, that's going to be really hard to sell because you have to sell that contract until it's paid out. Or you have to take them with you, and a trailer roof is not really a good place to take things off and screw things into and, you know, back and forth, because then it needs a new roof too. What was I going to do? Oh yeah, I got to check pricing. But yeah, that's about the only thing I could think of, Grumpy, is, yeah. The worst is they say no down payment. Yep, they do. Oh, hell, some of them will say no payment for the first year, 6 months to a year. Yeah. Put it on your taxes, so the township or the county is the holder of the contract. No, they can't do that. I've never seen anybody, because the county and the county and township would have to sign a contract to be part of that. So legally binding wise, I don't think that would work. Without a signature of said signator, the contract would be void in any court. So they might say stuff like that to scare people who are trying to get out or whatnot, but, or they might say that to get people to sign so that they don't think they're the main signator. But yeah, they're going to be responsible for that. That's unfortunately. Yeah, they really oversell how much taxes you're going to get back too, by the way. They get a house because you are unaware of that fact? Exactly. Well, the thing is, and a lot of these things, a lot of them can be fixed with common sense. Like I was saying there with that contract. And I do it, and I'm not saying they don't do it. I'm saying I was just working through it there quick, and you can't assign a debt to somebody who didn't incur said debt without knowledge. That would be illegal. It'd be akin to theft and fraud at the very least. And you, believe it or not, you can commit fraud without being intentional to commit fraud. So you may intend to be doing legitimate business, but what you're doing is actually fraudulent. You are still guilty of fraud in first degree. I had to do this with a car dealership for my ex-mother-in-law back when I was about 18. They kept screwing her over on the repairs on her car over and over again. And then they tried to talk her into a better or more expensive car and shit like that. And I mean, literally, she was back in there every couple of weeks to at most a couple of months for the first year of owning the car. And so I went down to the library, because if you know anything about your library, most, if not all, libraries have a law section, which is very, very useful. Back then, the internet was not quite as fully developed as it is now. And now, hell, you just get information from good places, though. Don't just type into Google and accept the first result that comes up. A lot of bullshit on the internet. But go into an actual law library. They're free, a lot of them. And research for your particular state. And yeah, it's the fraud liability is actually even worse than the lemon law in a lot of cases for scaring the shit out of your local dealership. We got her car fixed. We got her car fixed, and you know what's funny? Damn thing never broke again after that. Not once. Oh, except when I bottomed it out and destroyed the oil pan, but I fixed that. We lived on a really shitty road. But no, that thing actually ran perfect after that. They suddenly knew how to fix a car. At the dealership, they were just trying to, upsell, upsell, upsell. Let's see. So top price $32.99. Current price, what was it at? $25.73. We're not selling olives today. But yeah, let's go ahead and put these away. But yeah, like common sense, like I say, if they're telling you that the state will owe the money, not you, am I saying that cannot be possible? Nope. You never say can't, because there's always a chance. But the odds are, it's not going to happen. So you had better do some research ahead of time to make sure you aren't going to owe that for the next 20 to 30 years, because that's the loan term most of these solar companies put in place. It's pretty disgusting. They've tried to recruit me before, back when I used to sell furniture even. They're like, oh, you'll make all kinds of money there. It's like, no, I won't, because I don't lie to people, and I won't sit and try to bullshit them to get them to sign a contract that signs away 20 plus years of their lives. I'm not that asshole. I'm glad you're so proud to be one. You don't like me very much after that. But, yeah, they doesn't stop them. These people, they're the ones born without a conscience. Completely. I swear I hit Q. Let my truck go. Thank you. All right, so that one's done. All right, so olive harvesting kind of sucks. Wait. Okay, I got to wait for it to update. I was like, there better not be any more damn olives left. Okay, those are done. Now, wait. Are those trees... Do they not grow anymore? It does not look like they're growing anymore on the thing. Oh, it still says growing. Wait, no it doesn't. It says needs plowing. You need to plow the olive trees every year? Why? I had olive tree. And, I mean, granted, it was too big to use that harvester on, so maybe it's a size thing to keep them down. But, my olive tree was over the top of the roof of my house even, and I can tell you they're a hell of a messy tree. But you can get a spray on them to stop them from dropping olives and developing olives, but... Yeah. Actually, if I'm not mistaken, in Arizona, I don't even think you're allowed to plant an olive tree. If you already have one, you can keep it, but I don't think you're allowed to plant new ones. But yeah, I'm guessing that must be what it is. So, okay, we're going to plow that under, I guess. I need a tractor. Oh, hey, that's actually the tractor I was looking for earlier. Cool. There's a plow. Hey, Kenton. I was just telling him what an awful, horrible, awful, terrible, terrible, mean person you were. Not really. But, hey, it sounds good at the time. Doesn't matter. They'd still take your side, even if I was right. I wasn't saying anything about you. I gave him the rundown of where we are with the roof, waiting for adhesives, stuff like that. But that's about it. All right, can I... Oh, yeah, I left plenty of room here, so I won't destroy this other part of the field. That's good. Still seems weird that I have to plow this. Wait, I can't plow that, because I hit a tree. Okay. Do you mulch the tree? Is that what the mulcher's for? Can I wanna. Stop it. There. You know what? I need to look at that map again. All right, so these are there. Growing. They are not on the growing list anymore, even though they should be growing. Let me back up. No, go forward. Yeah, needs plowing. Let's see if it says needs. I mean, I know it says needs plowing, but I am confuzzulated mildly as to where to go next. Okay, so yeah, I know I have not been plowing anything. I know. I'm a bad farmer. Bad farmer. All right, maybe we'll plow after the next carrots. It's just, that's a lot of plowing. I think these two are done. Hey, Jazz! You totally win with the bacon argument, by the way. Bacon's with dogs. Not even a discussion. I love my chicken, don't get me wrong, but bacon and puppies versus cats and chicken. For one, cats automatically lose. Always. So, but you add bacon on top of that, and, you know, no. They never had a chance. It was a slaughter. All right, let's put these toys away. What's that line there? Did it miss a line? Oh. It did. I am not going to plant the whole thing just for that little bit. Must have been one of the times when I had to stop and restart because I've been working on this one for 2 streams now. Must have been one of the restarts that missed a little section. It's all right. We're not exactly what you call broke. I think we can survive missing that little strip. All right, let's put our toys away. Uh-huh. But yeah, oh, we got a bunch of rocks over here. Yeah, I definitely need to plow and roll this field. I don't think you can. Can you roll it after you? Can't rock pick it after planting it. Know that. I can roll it though, I think. Right? I think so. At your young age, cats for you. Lunch if they act up. Chicken meow mein. Sounds glorious. I'll eat it. Uh-huh. Yes, I know I'm a horrible person. I would totally try that. Not joking. Yep, sounds great. I don't care. Food, man. Especially if it's hard times. You can knock a few bucks off of it. Hell yeah. Hey, deep fried stuff, it always tastes good. I don't know. I can't see it being bad. Yep. So you're more of a cat than a dog person, though, eh, Grumpy? Knew there was something wrong about you. Alright, where do I put these? I think I put these right there. Oh, that's going to be fun. I'm going to have to move that one out of the way to park the next one. Unless I can finagle here. Not that much. And now straighten her out. Actually, I think there's enough room with the tractor here. This is such a big pole barn. Okay. Hopefully I don't have to Austin Powers too hard to get out of here, but I think because of the bendy, I can do it in 3. Oh, those tires are just a little too big. Damn it. Okay, 4. There we go. Not bad, not bad. Grab a roller and see if we can shove some of those rocks back down. Back up. Thank you. Stop me if I've told this story. I ate a dog in Korea in 2007. You have not told that story. Oh, shit, I'm hitting the wall. Okay, there we go. The TLDR is that it's incredibly tough, and it has much connective tissue as meat. Closest thing I can compare it to is moose meat, but with less... That sounds awful. Never mind, I don't want it anymore. I can't eat tough meat to start with, so that wouldn't work. Yep. Wouldn't work. You hate dogs, cats, skunks, hamsters, or you had, sorry, dogs, cats, skunks, hamsters, parrot, fish, deer. They thought as top shelf person so far. Well, yeah, they can all think that. It's just a matter of the asshole that some of them are. I don't want them. And cats, to me, are some of the biggest assholes. I have not had great luck with that. And the internet seems to agree. All the videos are cats being assholes, and I tend to agree from what I have seen in my lifetime. Little bastards, tormenting little pricks. Let's see. Drop her down. Drop. No, not fold. No, wrong button. Hit the wrong button. Come on. There's the right one. Run the helper and see how this goes. Oh, wait. Fire the helper, because I should have actually done this right. Gonna lurk and play Skyrim. I am surprised you still play Skyrim. It's been so many years you've been playing that. So many mods. God, it's worse than me and Ark. I actually wasn't expecting it to work there, so I didn't think I needed to do it, but I guess we do need to do it. So let's get her done. Now we'll get the helper on it. They are. You just have to be a bigger one. Well, that must be why you succeed. You're the biggest asshole I know, Grumpy. All right. Still your favorite game? Well, that's good. I'm glad you're still enjoying it. I'm actually looking forward to getting back to Ark a little bit. I don't have room on the computer to put it on there, but I'll have to delete almost everything. Since I don't have multiple hard drives on this computer. And we ain't buying any new hard drives anytime soon. But, wait, why is this one only going... They both only do 22 miles an hour? Oh, wow. For some reason, I thought this one was a mile or 2 an hour faster. I was wrong. No, but at the risk of being that bad person, I always saw those billboards where, they start off with cows and whatnot, and by the time they get to the end of the list, there's like cats and dogs, and they have a line in the middle, and it says, where do you draw the line as to which is food? I always kind of had the same answer. Depends on how much in need I am of food. If I'm starving, there ain't no line. There just isn't. But, I try to think of things realistically, and starving to death is not a thing I'm willing to do if there's what I would consider food available. Worms are on the list, for crying out loud. I don't care. I ain't starving to death for nobody. Hell no. But I'm not saying these would be my first choices of food. But if you want to draw lines at what's the first choice, then yeah, cow and chicken. Cow and chicken and piglet. All of them. Damn right. After that, sure. If I need it, hell yeah. Called pragmatism, people. Survival of the fittest. Or survival of the people that can stomach whatever the hell they need to, I guess. Let's see. I've got... Where's the other planter? Don't I have 4 of these? Leave one out in a field or something? Maybe I only have 3 of them. I still got to figure out what to do with the trees. I'm really having a hard time believing I got to cut those trees down every time. That doesn't seem right. Cannibalism is okay. Just ask the Donner Party. You, sir, are a horrible human being. We love you. All right. That's dropped off. I see. I thought I had 4. I thought I had this bay full for those planters. And maybe I do. I don't want to use this tractor, though. He's too slow. So is the Steiger. I don't want 2 Lobies out there. I want one that can handle a little more sped. I think the green one's at least a little faster. I think. I forgot about the speed thing being turned up on the run. It's literally just a little faster. Holy crap. Okay. Oh well, faster's faster. Meow. That way. Get this guy going. Whoops. Hey, I thought I... Gimme. Thank you. Yeah. Alive, the rugby team. Yeah, they... Where was it? In the Alps or something like that? Or Andes. Yeah. Yes, sir. Yeah, their plane crashed, and yep. Well, there's been a lot of stories throughout history of things that have happened. Donner Party being the most well-known, I think, in the U.S. Especially because Donner Pass still exists, and, yeah. Yeah. There's a reminder nobody needed or wanted. But, yeah. No. It's the difference between life and death. Anything's on the table as long as it's already dead. I'm not going to go kill my friend to do it. That would be crappy. They did have a thing like that with a couple of guys in a boat, but that didn't turn out well. I think the guy actually got trouble for that one. If I'm not mistaken. Because the one was getting sick and wasn't going to make it, and they had come to the agreement that, you know, it'd be better. But that's his side of it. The other guy was obviously no longer there to talk about it. Man. I don't know. That'd be a little further than necessary, I think. But then again, I haven't been in that situation. How about the guy who was stuck out by himself? Well, no, I guess there was 2 of them to start with, and one did die. But I don't think he ate the guy. I'm pretty sure he didn't. But they caught seagulls and shit to eat. Oops, almost went too far. Now, does this whole thing need rolling? I bet it does. I should have probably looked at that beforehand, but let me see here. I don't see any stones over here. I think it might have just been that first part. Needs rolling. Let's take a look. Take plowing off because we know it needs plowing. Hey, Alex. Steve Pug says, I went to college at the University of Colorado. The cafeteria of the Student Center was named the Alfred Packer Grill after a guy who resorted to cannibalism in the San Juan Mountains in Colorado in the winter of 1874. That seems odd, to say the least. Oh, I gotta turn off fertilize too. Damn it. Yeah, Trey Parker and Matt Stone, the creator of South Park. Yep. Went to the University of Colorado and wrote and performed his own musical called Cannibal, based on the life of Alfred Packer. Excuse me. Okay. That doesn't surprise me. That does not surprise me. I've seen some of the other things that they've done. Some of their stuff that was around or pre South Park, and yeah, they never really did have limits at all, which I think is a great thing, and we need more of it. Honestly, the sensitivity level is a good thing. You should be somewhat sensitive, sure, but then there's getting carried away with it, and I think we've long surpassed that boundary. When you get so sensitive that you no longer can produce, your society is crumbling. I think I think a lot of people have crossed that boundary. Thank goodness there's still a bunch who can take a damn joke and don't take themselves so seriously. Personally, well, there's a soundbite that would make a hell of a clip that would get me in trouble, probably. I don't care. Why so serious? Mm-hmm. Let's see. Go back to our farming video game. No. I regret nothing. It didn't see anywhere that said it needed rolling, so I'm thinking I'm wasting my time. I need to look at this one here. Is it actually fixing any of the rocks? We'll see when it gets to these next sections. If it's not fixing the rocks, then there's no point in continuing this endeavor. But I'll let it do that next row, since that next row looks pretty bad. It didn't do anything for those. Yeah, we definitely need to hit this thing with a rock picker. Those are big rocks, not little rocks. I'm still going to let it do the next row just in case it can get rid of some, even if not all. But, yeah. I guess we're definitely plowing these fields next time, and also rock picking. Yeah, I don't know what happened here, why there's so many rocks. I must not have rock picked this one properly the first time, because the other side looked all right. He wiggles every time he backs up. I don't know why. He likes to shake his booty. I did talk to my dad since the last time streamed. Hello, Alex. Thanks for the subscription. Appreciate it. That puts us at 99. We're one short of 100 on YouTube. We need one more person to hit our first goal, which is 100 people. Thank you very much, Alex. Uh-huh. That was unexpected. I haven't even been asking for subscriptions or anything lately because I haven't been doing the longer streams. But much appreciated. We'll get back to the longer streams hopefully sooner here. Yeah, hopefully. Yeah, it's not pushing any of these rocks down. They must all be the big uns. Oh, well. Well, that's all right. Like I said, it's not like we're poor. We're not trying to do this because we need every nickel anymore. So it's all right. I mean, it still would be nice. We're going to do the work. We should get all the money, but I'm not going to cry over it. We're not gonna go broke on it. Anyway, so like I was saying, I brought it up because this is my dad's tractor basically, or at least a closed version of it, of the Steiger. I don't remember exactly which one he's got. And apparently, he hasn't been out in the field busy farming. They're so swamped up in Minnesota that he hasn't even been able to get the tractor out in the field. They got more rain over 2 days than they had all last season. And, yeah, they can't even get out in the field. It's just a marshy mess. So, that's not good. Not good. So I guess it's not all bad that I didn't make it up there. Although I still feel bad. I wasn't just going up there to help him. I also, most of you know his health has been on life support technically, no pun intended, for like 10 years or 20 years. Oh, Kirsten also. What I see for your subs. 100 subscribers. Well, thank you very much. We've hit 100. Much appreciated. Thank you very much. So, I don't want to assume how you're related or how you guys have the same name. What is your relation to each other? Since I'm just meeting you, I have no idea. So, I don't know enough about you to make any assumptions currently. Well, 100. That was not a thing I was expecting to happen today. That makes my day. Thank you very much. Family? All right, then. Glad I didn't say anything about wife or anything then. That would have been awkward. All right. Well, appreciate it. You and your family, both of you. That was very kind, and I appreciate it very much. Yeah. Well, for those who've been around, they already know. It's been a rough few weeks. That's why we're down to one stream a week. And most of them have been really short. Oh, Salty, subscribe too over on YouTube. Thank you, Salty. Well, 101. That's all right, Salty. I understand. But yeah, it's been a hell of a few weeks. So we're down to the one stream a week, and it's been shorter streams. This is the longest stream we've had in a month. To catch you guys up, since you're new, the roof blew off of our RV. We live in an RV. Kitten and I and our kid in a big storm, and I've been working my butt off to get it resealed and ready to actually hold out rain. And we're in the middle of monsoon season in Arizona. We got a tarp over the top, and I've been working on it, and threat of rain and stuff like that constantly. I needed to be able to jump and run to work on it on a dime, at a moment's notice. So streaming hasn't been a thing I feel safe doing, because they're even just shutting things down, saying goodbye, whatever, is seconds that I could be using to make sure that my house doesn't just get melted. And but yeah, I've got a bunch of the main repairs in the center done as of this week. I've got a few more things that need to get done to reattach the roof on the sides, but that stuff, we're waiting for it to come. It's in the mail right now. Should be here. Well, I think it should be here today, but they seem to think it should be here tomorrow. But if that's true, then they shipped it real slow, and that sucks. But gets here tomorrow. That stuff is really nice, because as long as it's not currently raining when I do it, I can put that on, and it can rain within 20 minutes, and it still works just as good as doing it in full dry. So that part's a little less finicky, and that'll make me feel a lot better. Oh crap, be safe and hope you get it fixed. I'm working on it. I'm hoping my fixes work. I'm a pretty good handyman. Thank goodness. Yeah, okay, I don't know why we're still rolling this. This is, I mean, it looks nicer, but it's a waste of time. So let's fire him. Let's, said, you're fired. Thank you. Collapse this and we'll bring it back to the garage. But yeah, so we'll have to wait to see. I got the holes fixed. I got the roof laid flat. I got some new adhesive underneath. Unfortunately, I didn't have enough heavy things to place on top to hold it down. I wish I would have. But, you know, we've been under the gun of threat for rain constantly over these last several weeks. We're still under major threat of rain today. Matter of fact, what time are we looking at here? It is almost 11 here, and we're expecting rain, like very solid rain by noon at the latest, I'm thinking. It's already pretty cloudy out at the moment. I still got to fix that part of the field where the road used to be. I keep forgetting about it. So I thought I would stream just a little longer here today since it's been a little while, and I did get a lot of stuff done on the roof, so the main holes and whatnot in the middle that because a couple of chunks tore out. But I think I got her patched up and watertight on those spots now. I do need to put a final coat of sealant over the entire front section of the roof. But I have to do a bunch of other stuff first, and that includes doing the rails. So that's basically where it's at, and it's going good. I got mild heat exhaustion, actually pretty decent heat exhaustion the other day. I'm still recovering from that. I drank a lot of coffee to get some energy up today. Just to make sure I was prepped for stream. I just poured coffee down my neck this morning. I was drinking it like there's no tomorrow. So I'm heavily caffeinated. Once it wears off, though, it's going to be nap time. Because, I mean, I'm sunburnt. My head is cooked like a big red egg because I shaved my head. And I wasn't wearing a hat because I wasn't expecting to be up there for half a day. It was 100 and some degrees, and with the roof reflecting right back up at you, it's like being out on the water. You burn a lot faster. I forgot the brakes on this thing suck. I started stopping a little too late. All right, let's wiggle and get over here. All right. Gatorade? Oh, trust me. Wait, what? Oh, I was going to say, what, are you putting Gatorade on your skin? What are you talking about? You know, it's funny. Everybody always says aloe helps, and a lot of doctors even suggest aloe. I have, ever since I was younger, always had the reverse effect when I had a sunburn. It amplifies. I don't know why, but I've had very, very bad luck with aloe. Gatorade, yeah, I have the those big giant. Oh shit, wrong button. The giant-sized version of the mix. So yeah, I can mix that all the time. Anytime I want, I have all the damn Gatorade, you know? Yeah. Alright, let's see. Polish that dome with... keep the sun off. Well, I'm sure I blinded a couple of people if they looked over at me working on the roof. But, yeah, because I shave good. Alright, there. Get out of that one, and then get over here to this one. But yeah, the Gatorade stuff definitely works because, I mean, if nothing else, you're replacing all your electrolytes, and with how much I was sweating like I was talking about, definitely need to. You can't sweat that much without replacing it. Keep in mind, for those who aren't aware, I used to be a welder, and that includes wearing very heavy leather jacket, pants, apron, whatever, helmet, gloves that go up over your sleeves so you don't lose any heat like that. And yeah, so I know a lot about being overheated and sweating a lot. And replace it. We used to have electrolyte tablets we would take just because you couldn't sit and drink Gatorade all day. I mean, you could in between, but you know, you had to work too. So you'd have a couple of bottles of Gatorade, and Definitely swallow electrolyte tablets with them just to keep your balances up. Otherwise, the people who didn't take those tablets once a day, holy crap, they got sick. It only took a couple of days, too. It was pretty rough. They learned. You think aloe helps some people? Doesn't do much for me? Yeah, it doesn't do anything for me either. Like I said, it actually makes the burn worse and makes it last longer. It's supposed to be great. And I know people that works for it. Works for a lot of people. But for some reason, my skin's weird, and sadly, I wish it worked like that for me, because they seem to really get over things a lot quicker and less painfully. Supposed to help. Gets hot. You welded in class at school? Yeah, that's where I learned. Well, that's where I continued learning. I learned a little bit because I grew up on a farm, so my dad made sure I had a stick welder to practice with from an early age. He encouraged me to just use the welder and play with it, basically. Figure out how things worked. He'd throw a bunch of metal my way and let me do whatever I wanted with it. So there was a bunch of scraps. I could make them into sculptures or whatever. It was basically just to familiarize yourself with the equipment and get used to it. And when I finally got to school and they, I could have drove this straight through. I didn't have to back it up. Oh, damn it. Why do I make things harder on myself? When it came to going to school, I had a head start because half of the people were afraid of the damn welder. Which is fine. I mean, that's a lot of electricity and a lot of heat and a lot of unfamiliar for most people. So I understand it. Totally understand it. But I'd been using it for years at that point. Not properly, necessarily. The school taught me how to use it correctly. But I had the head start of at least not worrying about it. You might be allergic to aloe. Can see how that could happen. I don't know, because it only does it with sunburns. I've had to use it for other things, like I've had like super dry skin every once in a while, so I've had to use it for that, and it works great. It's just on sunburns for me. I don't know. It is what it is. It's nothing that makes me really special, I guess, so I haven't really thought about it a whole lot. Just a thing that happens, so I know not to use it. All right, so now let's zoom out and see where things are at. I think everything's copacetic. Seems like everything is good there. Okay. Go to that one. Growth. That up there says it needs rolling. Is it? I don't have anything up there. Where's Bigfoot? There's Bigfoot. Let's go take a look. If it needs rolling that bad, maybe I'll grab a roller and throw that out there. I guess I could have done that. That would have made way more sense to do before putting them away. But we'll see. I don't know. I don't know that I care. Kind of care. But I don't know that I should care. But I kind of care. Let's see what it says about the rolling over here. Yeah, these are little rocks. Okay. I think those are definitely small rocks, not big rocks. None of it's growing yet. God dang it. I would love to say screw it, we don't need to, because I just put them away. But at the same time, we'll get more yield if I do. Shouldn't be lazy. Shouldn't be lazy. I still got to figure out what to do with those damn trees. I really don't know what I'm supposed to do with those trees. Maybe it says needs to be plowed, but I can't plow it. Are you supposed to plow in between them? I doubt I'm supposed to chainsaw each individual tree if they don't work, so. As a kid, we would spend hours outside. Parents kicked us out, and sunburn was not a thing. Now I go out for 2 hours, get beer. Exactly. Yeah. Yeah. I understand that completely. Oh, hell, I used to get so tan in the summers. Oh, my God. But as a kid, keep in mind, I grew up out on the farm, and I loved the sun. I was in really good shape, so going out there and just shorts and no shirt or anything else and getting a full all over, basically damn near all over tan. I was a very, very tan boy. And yeah, I would just be out there on the mower all summer, basically, when I wasn't in school or working my other job. Then again, I guess that didn't start till I was like 16, but first job was when I was 12, and that's when I was doing all that. My first job working for somebody else, I should say. Before that, I mowed lawns from when I was about 8. You've eaten your last tire. You have retreated inside. What are you talking about eating a tire? Why? I do not understand. Much confused. But yeah, nowadays I go outside. It's very rare. So for any length of time, and so yeah, I burn like fast. Crush the tire, eat the tire? Hell no. Tires suck. Expensive, and they wear out too quick, and get flat for no apparent reason sometimes. Always a reason, but no apparent reason. What? Because I said so. Damn it. Actually, don't recommend. They taste gross. Yeah. Yeah. I figured that'd kind of go without saying. You could have went without saying that. All right, so I guess I'm going to set this roller up, start working on this field. This one won't take long, so if we get 2 rollers over here, I think will be sufficient. Get him doing this. I don't care if it hits 100% of it. Screw it. They're lucky I'm even doing it. I don't think this one's got enough horsepower for the roller, so shoot. I gotta grab the slow one again. Damn it. Yogi's got all the faster tractors, I think. I think I left them over there. Let's see. Hold on. Grab a roller again and drive all the way back, even though I was already over there. Don't you love when you screw up and waste time? I'm really good at it. Really good at it. I'm a pro. Expert level. Expert level unlocked. Now the sun is high up. Time to sleep. Ugh. No. Too hot. You have decided? Well, then go to sleep, slacker. Let's see. You're going to decorate the truck with flower stickers? All right. Not my truck. I don't care. I don't care at all. No flowers here. Is that the brand new one that's broken? Or that had the thing the cat stole off of it? Or is that a different one? You're fixing the catalytic converter. Depending on how it was put in, it's probably got a clamp on the front side, but it could be welded on the back. Not to mention, since they cut it out, you can tell it's got the clamp on the front. But if they cut it after the clamp in the rear, you're going to have a new clamp put in. New flange. You're trying to find if all the thingies are there. Oh, God, that repair sounds like it's doomed if you're doing thingies. You just took a massive dump at work? They're paying you to take a shit. Sounds like a glorious job. Hey, why plug your own plumbing? Plug theirs. To see if you need to file a police report or not. If the catalytic converter has been cut, if the pipes have been cut near the catalytic converter or not, talk to your insurance company first. I would definitely call your insurance company to find out, because they're the ones who are going to be replacing it. If the thing was the size of a football and the plop splashed back up, oh, you got Poseidon's Kiss. Aw. They call it Poseidon's Kiss. Exactly. I knew that. Poseidon's Kiss is not a fun thing. No. And I would never brag about that one. Nobody wants Poseidon's Kiss. That nasty bastard. But yeah, call your insurance company, tell them what had happened and you can see that it's been cut, so and on a brand new Toyota Tundra, whatever, or Tacoma for that matter, it's definitely going to be a police report activity because the value of that is quite high. All right, we'll get that going. It's close enough to the edge. Rocking back and forth to get it. I see. You managed to fit a football out there. I don't think you're recovering from that one. Must have them childbearing hips. Wow, I missed more than just a little strip there. That's all right. The fact that we're even out here rolling the damn field at this point, against or begrudgingly, this is going to be my protest. I'm not doing the edge. I don't care. Screw it. All right. Let's see. That means I need to go back to this one, double check. Eat some fiber or some dairy if you gotta do. Yeah, if you're pizza and soda help also. Potato, your advice is awful. That's unless you're lactose intolerant, dairy products and cheese aren't gonna help. They're gonna stop things up. You have Google, damn it. Check out what cheese does. Cheese is a clogger, not an emptier. It's the grease? Well, you would have to be specific as to what kind of pizza did. Because you need more than just a little bit of grease. Besides, what are you doing with the grease? If you're injecting that into the back end, yeah, definitely. But if you're going through your system, yeah, not everybody reacts that way. Basically, fiber. You were all right in the first place. Fiber was the right idea. Taco Bell and beans, again, doesn't affect me that way. As far as I'm concerned, Taco Bell is just a meme on the whole, hitting the bathroom hard. I've never met anybody, I haven't met very many people where that actually does anything for them. Although, I can tell you what will work. At least, you want to find out how fast you can rush to a sprint to the bathroom. Get, they're called sport peppers. Don't chew them very well. Eat about 3 of them and wait an hour and a half, maybe 2 hours tops. Don't be far from the bathroom. I have never had such a close call in my life. If anybody knows what a Chicago-style hot dog is, they are glorious, and they come with sport peppers on them. And that's how I found that trick out by accident, that it wasn't just me, but it really, really, really hit me. Holy shit. And for those who hadn't heard the story before, I was on a motorcycle at the time, on a sport bike, so you have to raise your leg way up to get off of it. I have never been so terrified to get off my motorcycle in my life. I was scared. The fear was real. Yeah, at the cost of being oversharing. I knew it wasn't going to be a solid experience, and you're not holding the other very easily. The gurgles were hardcore, man. The pain. It was bad. That was a long time ago. I have since learned, chew your sport peppers much better. But I will never, ever forget that. I have never had that experience before in my life. But, yeah, I had it twice with those sport peppers before I learned my lesson. That was the second time, the one I was just talking about. That was the one that finally, because I wasn't going to stop eating Chicago-style hot dogs. Those things are amazing. For those who haven't heard the story, once again, a friend of mine wanted to introduce me to something. He said, I got a food you really got to try. And I'm like, okay. And we get there, and it's like hot dogs. I mean, what the hell? It's a freaking hot dog. I've had lots of hot dogs. Why the hell would somebody drive all this far just to get a damn hot dog? And he's like, just trust me. These are not just regular hot dogs. And you got to get the Chicago style, blah, blah, blah. And so, okay, I'm like, all right, fine. I'll get a damn hot dog. Keep in mind, this is in Phoenix in the summer, and I'm riding a motorcycle through heavy traffic and shit. It's hot. It has to be pretty damn good for me to want to do this. That's why I was kind of upset with him. And I was really annoyed when I found out it was just a hot dog place. Anyway, but it was nice because it was at least an actual restaurant indoors. Go get comfortable and cool off, thank God. I was dying. Anyway, long story short, which is already too late, I saw all the crap that was on there. Don't like a bunch of it, but told you got to eat it the way it comes or else it's not going to work. So I'm like, okay, screw it. I'll eat it with because it comes with relish. I'm not a big relish person. It comes with celery salt. Don't like salt a whole lot. Comes with tomatoes. I love tomatoes, but not on a hot dog. And comes with a big pickle spear. I'm not a big fan of pickle spears over the whole top. Comes with sport peppers. Never had them before, but I love peppers, so I was good with that. Then it comes on a poppy seed bun. If it doesn't have all of those things, and mustard, which mustard I'm fine with, if it doesn't come with all those things, they're shortchanging you, and it won't make the same experience. And it has to be done right. Tomato wedges and all this stuff. I've had them made from other places where they don't do it exactly the way this guy did, or the way the prescription is for the real recipe, and it makes a big difference. It's silly, but it does. Anyway, I ate half the hot dog before I finally let him know that he was off the hook for bringing me to get a hot dog. I actually went back there about 3 times a week for the next 3, 4, 5 months because they were so damn good. So damn good. A frickin' hot dog. I still to this day, I'm a little bit in shock that I went back that much. Why did he back up like that? I got the helper doing the thing so I can chat more and read more. And I've never seen him do that one before. That's a weird way for him to back up and start out. But okay. So, Kato says, my fiance can't eat Taco Bell. He farts so bad, it almost sounds like a fake 90s cartoon fart noise. Yeah, like I said, I've met a few, but most people I have not met have the really bad reaction to Taco Bell. That's why I always kind of just assumed that was just a meme joke, Just a meme. Oh, hell, my kid and I, when we were getting ready to move, we're not getting ready to move yet, I guess, because although for those 3 days we were moving, we lived completely on Taco Bell, but for about a month or so before that, we were both so busy, we pretty much lived on Taco Bell 5-layer burritos because they were cheap as hell and quick and filling. And neither one of us just had time for much of anything, so he was working, I was working. And so we just run to Taco Bell in the evening, grab a bunch of 5-layer burritos and tons of hot sauce. fire sauce. I don't understand. Speaking of that, I don't understand Diablo sauce. I don't get it. It's supposed to be hotter than fire, but to me it's not hotter than fire. They're both about the same. But why do people love that one so much? I don't get the flavors in that one. To me, I don't know. That one, I eat a lot of different hot sauces and whatnot. That one, I don't know. I don't get it. Doesn't hit my palate that way, I guess. Or tangy, you think? Well, everybody says it's supposed to be hotter, but I really don't find it to be hotter. Not that I care. It's not about the heat. It's about the flavor to me. But I didn't really care for the flavor of it either. I mean, I do love super hot things, but that's probably because the peppers that make those things hot are also very tasty. Like ghost pepper is one of the tastiest peppers I've ever eaten. And for everyday use, now granted, it's not going to be ghost pepper for everyday use. Or what's the other one that the Reaper. I eat a lot of the Reaper too. I love that, like on peanuts, the coated, Reaper coated peanuts. Oh, so good. But, for everyday use, habanero all day long. I've bought bags of habanero powder. It's how I make my spicy chicken sandwiches. It's how we make the breadcrumbs for the macaroni and cheese. Kitten has begun calling that $100 mac and cheese. Now keep in mind, Kitten's not even a fan of mac and cheese, but she begs for this. It's the recipe we came up with that I'd been making a version of it for ages, for a couple of years. And then got a wild hair up my butt and thought we should add a couple more things. And it apparently sat well with everybody because everybody keeps asking for it now. And then I had my kid come over and he tried it and he's in love with it too. It's wild. I don't know. Funny how different just adding a couple of ingredients makes to something so simple. But it's like a whole different meal. I have to agree with some people that say that's not even mac and cheese anymore. I agree. It's really not. It's better. And I love mac and cheese, but no, it is better. Well, it's a little bit more work, but it's a lot better. Anyway, but yeah, I got totally derailed there. All right, you want to try those dogs now? I don't blame you. They, like I said, I had to let them off the hook because those Chicago-style hot dogs were so amazing that I just kept going back over and over and over and over again. And, yeah, I think they're gone now, that place. He honestly, I think I was his best customer for those couple months because I was there a lot and there was hardly ever anybody in there. So I'm guessing he's long since done. And can't really be too unhappy about it because the reason I quit going is, man, that guy, he started to say some shit that I'm not a sensitive person, but even I don't want to support really bad people. And it turned out he was actually a really bad person. I'm not saying like a murderer or whatnot, but he spread some real bad ideas. I'm not a big fan on that one. And so I didn't really feel good giving him money anymore. And I think I found out why most people didn't eat there very often. And, to each your own. If he wants to have those ideas, that's absolutely fine. Like, I'm not going to stop him. I'm not going to try to correct him most of the time. In this instance, it was so cemented, there was no arguing back. So let him live his life and I'll just go my own way. But pretty sure that's what cost him a lot of business in general. I'm guessing because he didn't need provocation to start spewing these things, so it just came out at random. And then it just get worse and worse as time went on, because after a couple of months of this, he just started coming over and talking, hanging out because nobody else was there. But yeah, so needless to say, I've looked for Chicago dogs ever since, and have not been able to find a good one. Normally I'd make my own, but because I do cook quite well, but it seems to be really dependent upon the things that you get. Vienna beef is the ones that really did a great job with it, and we don't have anywhere around here that sells it, like the Vienna beef hot dogs and all the mixins and stuff. So, sadness. Without the right dogs and whatnot, it doesn't taste right. But to each their own. That was just my particular perspective on it. And I have seen a Vienna beef cart, and Kitten and I were going to stop because she's never had one. When we were going to Phoenix, we stopped through a rest area called Sunset Point. Beautiful place. I try to stop there every time just because it's a beautiful view. Every time. I love it every time. I've been there hundreds of times. And we went there and asked him when he was going to be there till, and he said, you know, whatever time. And I'm like, oh, we'll be back way before then. We'll get it on the way home. Because I didn't want to take the chance, because it had been a long time since I had had a Chicago-style hot dog. I did not want to take a chance of heading to Phoenix for a couple of hours and having that reaction to the sport peppers again that we mentioned earlier. Yeah, didn't want to take a chance on that. That sounded a little bit risky. So I figured I would grab it on the way home, just in case. And when we came back, the little shit wasn't there. He had left early. You want sleep and foods? If you go to sleep, better for you than eating and then going to sleep. So go to sleep instead. Eat when you get up. Better for your body. Also better for your quality of sleep. Eating before bed or drinking alcohol before bed, even though sometimes it'll help you to get to sleep faster, actually gives you a more shallow sleep and therefore less restful sleep. So, yeah, I would sleep now and eat after. Not to mention it converts more calories to fat, which most people aren't looking for. I sure as hell am not. Oh, speaking of, though, I had an urge last night, and so did Kitten. I made burgers for everybody. And I love a good burger, but every once in a while I get a sweet tooth, and we just don't have any sweets in the house. I was just trying to think of what was out there, and finally I just look around at everybody. I'm like, I'm going to make something. You have to volunteer to eat it before I make it. And I can't tell you what it is because I haven't decided what it is yet. I'm going to make it up as I go. Everybody volunteered. I think that bodes well for my ability to cook. People apparently trust me. Anyway, and I mean, it's nothing terribly fancy, but, you know, I just started going through the cupboards and whatnot and mixing stuff together. And while I think it would make a better cookie, or possibly a deep fry like a funnel cake, it made a damn good pancake. The density and whatnot, think of it kind of like having French toast, but in pancake form. That heavy cinnamon and sugar flavor and all that. Concerned for Kitten. Oh, hell no. Everybody loved it. Matter of fact, I already had some left over for this morning, and I've been munching on it. It's super thick, heavy, like dense pancake, but it's super amazing, too. Came out really good. I don't know, I've always used pancake mix, so apparently pancake mix is really easy to make because I basically made one. But it's almost like a banana bread density. Actually, I think it might be a little thicker than that. But yeah, I think I'm going to try it again. I gave her the basic recipe. Just the ingredient list anyway, after I did it, what I could remember. I'm going to try to make this again. But do it differently. Like make a funnel cake out of it or something like that with some oil. Try it with chocolate. Well, that was the whole idea. I was actually going to use Hershey's chocolate in something. But then this happened. Send you some? Make your own. I play in the kitchen. That's what I do. That's how I get all my good food. But no, we put cinnamon sugar over the top, a little bit extra, with some butter. And it was really tasty. But like I say, I think it'd be good with like a white frosting, like the white glaze. I think that would be really good on it. But I didn't have the stuff to make a proper white glaze, so. Actually, that's not true necessarily. I may have the stuff to make it. I don't know how to make it. I haven't looked it up yet. But yeah. It cured everybody's sweet tooth. Everybody was happy after that, including mine. So, good times. You cook and the cat turns their noses up at you. Well, most of you already know. My dad and my mom were both amazing cooks to the point where my dad had 2 different restaurants and whatnot too. And my mom, she could cook or bake anything. I remember my dad and I one day just sitting there going, we wanted something sweet. This was, I think I was 20. And he had wild rhubarb growing out there, so we went and grabbed some rhubarb that was ready to go and grabbed some flour and some other crap. And the next thing you know, we basically had a, what the hell would you call that? I'm trying to remember what we called it. Wasn't really a crumble. It was, my brain's just not keeping up on the terminology today. What the hell am I trying to think of? We made a caramel to go over the top of it. I can see it in my head. Come on, somebody give me a name for things like this. Where it's like a pastry with fruit or whatnot. Like an apple would be in a lot of them. Apple... Oh, God. Apple crisp? No, not really crisp. You can make a bowl of cereal, not trying to brag. Well, what you can or can't do all depends on what you believe you can or can't do. If you believe you can't make anything better than that, then that's as far as you're going to go. You'll be right. Pie, tart, no. Turnover, no. Turnover, oh, those are good, but you need puff pastry to make those. And I do not make puff pastry by hand because I am way too lazy for that one. Mom overcooked everything we had. More charcoal in us most times. My dad's girlfriend for many years, that she could burn corn like liquid, you know, the kind you pour out of a can where it had all the liquid in it. She could burn that. All you're really doing is warming it up. And she actually ruined a pan. She forgot about it for so long. I was there. We were outside. When we saw smoke coming out the door, we knew there was a problem. Cinnamon rolls? Nope. Now, I can't think of the name. I don't know why. You know, an hour from now I'll come up with it. A crumble? No, a crumble would be good, but no, it was not a crumble. It's usually in a big pan. It's all one thing. It's almost like, you know, like a lasagna style pan. Give me more hints. Almost like a casserole, but it's dessert. And I just, for the life of me, I cannot remember what they call those for some damn reason right now. Probably just because I want to say it and I can't because I don't know what the damn name is today. Just for now. An hour from now, I'll know this name forward, backward, and upside down. But, yeah. But yeah, think of it like, almost like just a pastry bake with sugar and fruit and stuff like that. And because we had a couple apples too, so we had apple rhubarb, whatever the hell it was. It was really good. Gives you an idea. Pillsbury crescent rolls with cinnamon in the folds. Yeah. Monkey bread. Oh, I love monkey bread. Oh. I love caramel rolls. And nobody seems to know what caramel rolls are anymore, which makes me very, very sad. Pillsbury used to make caramel rolls just like everything else. Like they have the cinnamon rolls and all the others. Caramel rolls used to be one of them. And they quit selling them, at least in my area, many years ago. And I was so sad because while they weren't the best, they were nice, quick, and easy. And they're so good. I love them. I could go through a whole stick of butter with those, though. I mean, I just soak them. And it's just damn amazing. My favorite kind of roll. And they do not have them anymore. Sadness. Monkey bread's as close as I can get, and it's not quite as good, but it's still really damn good. Bubble pizza. I don't know what bubble pizza is. What's that, Scar? Bubble pizza. I'm trying to even think of what that could be, and I have no idea. Why is he doing that weird backup on this? I don't understand. He's doing it on every row. Oh, shoot. I bet the other guy's done too, isn't he? Yes. Sitting here zoning out, talking about food. That's all. I'm not even paying attention to the game anymore. They're just letting him do his thing while we talk about all kinds of food none of us want to have. Well, we all want it, but we don't need it right now. Oh my goodness. All right, Jazz. I thought you were already gone. What the hell? Saying she was going to lurk, lied, and been here the whole time. Why can I not? Oh my God, that is really going to annoy the hell out of me. Take the biscuit cans, cut each biscuit into quarters, and put it on a 9x13 pan, and then add pizza sauce and your choice of toppings and cook it in the oven. No. I don't like biscuits. So I'm already on the opposing side for that one. But plus I make a pizza dough that literally takes me 15 minutes to make tops. That's if I'm being lazy. So I make my own pizza dough. It's better. That was actually the only thing that ever stopped me from making pizza dough. Is some of them, they're just overcomplicated. Does some Googling. Cobbler? Cobbler and a crumbler are actually very similar. It depends on if you're in England or the U.S. But no, not quite. You're doing all right there. Don't worry about it. Just imagine a big load of sugary, cinnamony, rhubarb, gooey goodness with like pastry bits in between, or cakey pastry in between. It's really good. Crisp. It'd be kind of like an apple crisp or something like that if you had a crisp on the top. But yeah, it didn't have a crisp on the top. But yeah, that would be kind of what it's like. There, we'll go with that. I think he did put oatmeal over the top, but I don't think it crisped up properly. It was still good. Amen in VA. No one knows how to make a real good pizza. The easiest crust I can tell you. The easiest pizza crust. Now, will it be the most tasty crust you ever made? No. Is it better than all those pre-made crusts in the store? Hell yes. Is it easy and cheap? Oh, God, yes. But you just take like 2 1/4 cups of flour. You mix some instant yeast up. 1 cup with 1 cup of water that's about 100 degrees. Put a teaspoon of sugar in to activate the yeast. You let the yeast cook in there or warm up in there and start eating the sugar for about 10 minutes. In the flour bowl, you take flour, you add about a teaspoon of salt and 2 tablespoons of olive oil. And I feel like I'm missing something. I don't know why. Yeah, that's right. Then you just mix that up. And then you add your yeast in. That's what it was. No, not dumpling. That's not a dessert. What you put over chicken? Chicken and dumpling soup. You mix all that up. You pour your yeast in once it's been fermented in for about 10 minutes. And with the 2 tablespoons of oil. Yeah, okay, of olive oil. Mix that up until it's not really sticky anymore, which doesn't take very long, especially if you got even a hand blender will work. You can even do it by hand. You don't even need anything fancy. And that's it. That's the whole dough. Then when it's done, you let that sit for 10 minutes. If you could take this waiting for the yeast to ferment out and the time waiting for the dough to rise, you lose 20 minutes off the time. You takes about 5 minutes to actually make the dough. You're going to figure the apple mystery. Sales. What's that? Oh, taking notes. Or takes notes. Yeah, that's all there is to it. If you want to have a little bit of a crispier crust, you spread it out on the pan with a little olive oil underneath. If you want it to be, I make it really thin. I like to make, you can make that crust however you want. It all depends on how thin you roll it out. You can make it super thin and crispy. You can make it thin and chewy, which I prefer a thin and chewy. I don't like thin and crispy. So I don't put the olive oil underneath most of the time. Roll it out real thin. I put it in a square pan because I don't know about you, but I hate big bulky crust corners and rounds. So I use a square pan, do what's called a pan style. And all you do is roll it up just a little bit on the edge all the way around the pan and fill it up with your... Oh, you want another trick to make your crust taste better for the edges? Roll your tomato sauce up the crust. So when you're putting tomato sauce on the bottom, make sure you paste it all the way up over the top of the crust, because the tomato sauce turns very sweet once it's caramelized, while cooking. So make sure you get the crust nice and covered with tomato sauce. And you can get a good tomato sauce with a Ragu Classic Italian, I think is what it is. It's just their classic Italian, or classic tomato sauce. That shit is so good. So good. I was going to make my own, but that stuff was so cheap and so tasty, I don't even bother. I just buy that for $1.50 or $2, and I can make like a half a dozen or more pizzas out of it. Sounds like a dump cake. Dump cake is where you dump everything in, don't really have to mix anything. Screw it, we'll go with that. Fuck it, it's a dump cake. There, now you're done. Yeah. Just make sure, like I say, you coat it with the tomato sauce. You can also put a little bit of cheese up there too, doesn't hurt. But then you have no real big, if you don't like big breadsticks at the end of your pizza, that's a good way to get rid of it. It's all just cheese and meat. Then just top it with whatever the stuff you normally use. Usually, if I'm making it for the family, not just for me, I'll put a little bit of red pepper flake down on top of the tomato sauce. Then a layer of pepperoni, a layer of cheese, and a layer of pepperoni, because they love extra pepperoni. And then I bake it until it's definitely well browned on top, so it's extra chewy. I love stretchy, chewy cheese. But you just turn up your oven as high as it'll go. Most of them will only go to 500. But you can do it at 450. It just takes a little bit longer. Creme brulee. Oh, don't. You're just being silly. Do you even know what brulee means? It means fire. You don't light this on fire. And that's a cream. Creme is cream. Brulee is burnt. Cream fire. Cream burn. That's where you put a sugar coating over the top of it and you light it on fire. You've seen it before. A little bit of that and alcohol, whatever. I don't know exactly. I've never made it. I've made the cream before. Trying to think of what it's called at the moment, and now you just sent me off on another tangent. But I make that to go with my chocolate mousse. But yeah, I won't think of that at the moment now either, because I want to, even though I say it like frequently, because Kitten loves it too. But yeah. But yeah, you can make the pizza however you want. Just make sure you cook it till the cheese is nice and toasty brown on top, bubbly, and you're good. That's even in today's money, that cost me about $5 per pizza. And that's a decent sized pizza. It's more than I can eat in one sitting. Usually enough for me for 2 meals for $5. So pizza now becomes discount food. Aha. Good excuse to have more pizza. Oh, creme anglaise. It's basically a version of creme anglaise. It's a custard. And creme anglaise goes really good over the top of chocolate mousse if you haven't tried that before too. Holy crap, it makes it so much better. It's just glorious, but yeah, good times. What I really want to get back to, though, is getting back to making the sous vide stuff. My roasts, not roasts, but pork shoulder roasts and stuff like that. Smoke them for a little while. Or the brisket. Oh, God, I would kill for a brisket. Smoke them for a few hours, then put them in a sous vide bag and let them cook for about 60 hours in the sous vide. That stuff comes out so tender a baby could chew it. It's so good, and it's just perfectly juicy and flavored up. It all depends on the rub you put on the outside, but holy shit. Just, if you're a meat fan, I can't stress enough how good sous vide will make you look as a cook, too. You can't really screw it up. You can't overcook it unless you really try. Welcome back, Jasmine. But yeah, I mean, literally, like I say, 60 hours, that's not even an unusual time. Now, if you leave it in there for a month, yeah, it'll taste pretty shitty. But if you, because you're setting the actual temperature you want the meat at, or whatever you're cooking, you can do eggs in it, all kinds of stuff. It's constantly above that bacteria line for growing bacteria, so it's not going to go bad. Not a fritter. Fritter-like. It'd be a big pan of fritter. I think you were closest when you were talking about like the apple crisp, except it would have been rhubarb apple crisp. And that's why I said you should go with that. That's probably the correct one to go with. That sounds about the closest to what we're going to find for a recipe. Because like I say, it wasn't exactly what it was supposed to be. It was just random ingredients we put together. But yeah, if you're not a great cook and you want to have good meats anyway and things like that that are time sensitive and you want to have very tender food like that, a sous vide, it'll make you look like you're a professional. It's so good. Because like I said, you can't overcook it as long as you remember to take it out sometime that week. But if you're really going with a tougher piece of meat and need it to soften up, you're going to want to put it in there about 2 to 3 days ahead of time. And just forget about it. Let it sit. Check the water level. That's all you got to do. Yep. And it will do everything else for you. You don't have to do anything. I would grill it up beforehand, though, to get the char on the outside and the crust. You can do it after as well, but a little harder. In my opinion, anyway. But yeah, make you look like you're a professional. I mean, the food just comes out so perfect. It's awesome. I know, this is a farming show, and we've been talking about food for like close to an hour now. Well, it's a farming show today, anyway. On today's Power Mad's cooking show, I had people try to talk me into it, but especially in the RV. What the hell is wrong with this helper? Why is he doing so stupid? What? I think my helpers are on drugs. We need an intervention. What the living hell are you doing? I don't get it. Okay. But yeah, especially in an RV, the kitchen's so cramped. But this RV is pretty small. Might be fun, but it does take some planning. I don't plan. Most foods like this, I don't plan. Like I said, this dessert cake that I came up with yesterday, I don't even know what I was doing. I just put stuff together until I made it. And actually, the very first version of it, because I started altering it after that to make it a little bit better. But I think Kitten and I both agreed that I think the very first version I made of it was the best one. Without changing anything. But I do that with a lot of stuff. Well, that's that macaroni and cheese. I just started throwing out ideas. Then we put all those ideas into the bowl, and next thing you know, we had some of our favorite things. One of our new favorite foods. That one's a little cheaty, though, because you're really just adding something to a basic meal and making it fancier and tastier. But I don't make up 100% recipes very often. I usually like to alter existing. to suit my needs better. Bend it to my will. Let's check on our other guy. Is he done yet? He's almost done. Let's see. What time are we getting to? It is almost noon. I suppose that means for the safety of the house. Since the rain, the clouds are getting pretty thick. So, to make sure I can be on top of anything if the leaks start and whatnot, so I can keep an eye on everything, I had better get going. I am glad I got to spend extra time with everybody today. It's been fun, and I always love... I do enjoy talking about food. Imagine that. Thanks for streaming. Have a go. Hey, appreciate it, Pugs. Thanks for coming and hanging out again. And to you and 2 other people who subscribed over on YouTube today that it actually announced anyway. I'm sure there's possible other people might have. I appreciate it. We broke 100, and it's all thanks to you guys, and I appreciate it. Next goals too, I guess. We gotta keep the goals small for the moment. We'll go for 200 for the next goal. So appreciate everybody who's helped to get to this one, and who stayed here and helped entertain me. Forget me entertaining you. You guys helped entertain me today. So appreciate it. And we'll see you guys again soon. At least until the roof stuff's done. We're only guaranteeing every Thursday. So that's probably not going to change for a little bit yet, unfortunately. But thank you all very much. Thanks for your support. And I will see you again soon. Bye.